Welcome back to the channel, it's 9, and today we are going to be discussing God of War Ragnarok. We've got an update there, possibly even a release date imminent with all this information that's come out. We're going to break it down, look into that, and why that could be the case. We're also going to be talking about Sony's business briefing about PlayStation and how that went and all the good news that came out of there. We're not going to talk about the boring, PR stuff. We're going to discuss the good, exciting stuff revolving around the games that we care about and what could be happening soon. Before we get into that, if you could do me a huge favor and hit that like button, that subscribe button, it'd mean the world to me. We are almost at 9K subscribers. Now let's talk about God of War Ragnarok. So God of War has been raided in South Korea, which has led some to believe that a release date is coming soon. I also want to talk about their merch going on sale and how that could coincide with the release date. And I want to explore why this could be the case, and we'll also talk about why this could maybe not mean anything. So if you remember, Horizon Forbidden West was raided in South Korea in November of 2021 and released 3 months later in February 2022. Yes, we all know it's not constant with every single title, so we can't just assume that that has to be the case. But we also have God of War merch that's going on sale at the retailer Geeky Zone with release dates for September 30th, 2022. And if you remember, this release date was also the same for God of War on the PlayStation database. So these three things coming together have me more likely believing that a September release date may not be unrealistic. So okay, we have all these sources that have come together and they're starting to look like, okay, maybe God of War is coming out this year, which I still believe that it is coming out this year, and maybe it is in September. But as always, we want to look at both sides of the coin, and the only other thing that I could see going against this is that these could be placeholder dates for these things. And so that is a real situation where that could be the case, but I still truly believe Ragnarok is coming. I do think regardless, we're going to see Ragnarok this year. It's just a matter of when. This game is due 2022. It's on their Twitter page. It's on the PS network. It's everywhere. It says 2022. They just haven't said it officially. They have team members that have said it, but they haven't said it officially in a statement. So that's the one thing that has some people on the fence, but I truly believe that it's going to happen, especially because they had the whole accessibility PS blog post that they put out. I just feel like it's just coming together. They're getting ready to start marketing this game. They're getting ready to show this game, and I still think we're going to see it in June. I have no doubt in my mind. June is the time. Now let's talk about Sony's business briefing that they did yesterday, and I want to talk about all the good news. We're not going to go heavy into everything, but I'm going to touch up on everything that I've taken away from it that I feel are very big things, and then we'll talk about special mentions as well. So number one, 2 live service games will be releasing by the end of this fiscal year. I believe their fiscal year ends in March, so that would be from now until March. So that would technically be 2023 as well. Jim Ryan said these 2 games are yet to be announced and did not include Destiny, as he was asked about that. Naturally, we're going to question, well, what could these games be? Many and myself feel that The Last of Us Factions 2 multiplayer is going to be one of these games. I feel like that is kind of a given at this point. We have to see it soon. And surely enough, it would make the most sense, especially with all the rumors that The Last of Us remake is going to be releasing soon. But I'm sure we're going to know soon enough. But that's kind of what I took away from it and what I noticed a lot of people are seeming to think as well. Next up, PlayStation VR 2 is going to have a big launch. On one of their slides, it states 20 plus major first-party and third-party titles confirmed for PSVR 2 at launch. This is a lot of support for the platform. 20 plus games at launch shows that Sony is committed to making content available for the PSVR 2, and the devs are interested as well. And this makes PSVR 2 look like a very worthy investment. So if you're going to want to dive into VR finally, PSVR 2 might not be a bad place to start if you are a PlayStation owner. Look at it this way. We have 20 plus games launching. There's going to be a huge catalog of games to choose from right at the jump, which is huge. This is a massive thing because a lot of times products launch and there's not enough software. In this case, we're talking about a ton of software. So this is going to entice a lot more people to jump in. Again, I do think supply constraints will be there, being that we're having that going around and it probably won't end anytime soon. So I do think with PSVR 2 likely launching either late this year or more likely in 2023, it's still going to be a situation there. But I'm super excited. Like, this makes me want PSVR 2 more than ever now. So definitely jumping on that. I'm wondering what the 20 games could be. Obviously, some first party are included in there, but I imagine we might see something like Half-Life come to the platform as well. Next up, Sony's investing in creating more new IP. So much so that Jim Ryan says that by 2025, their investments will be 50% new IP and 50% established properties. So this is exciting for the simple fact we're looking at brand new worlds and games that we've never seen before. And it's not going to be just old properties that we constantly see being remade or sequels. Like, we're going to have fresh new worlds to explore over time, and I'm loving that. I'm loving that they're going to do that. Obviously, with the expectation that they're going to be launching a bunch of live service games, there's that comes into the equation as well. But they've clearly stated that they still have a lot of efforts going into their single player games, especially because that's what they're known for. So I do want to give some special mentions to some of the stuff that was announced at the briefing. And PlayStation is growing faster than ever, with expectations to have more consoles available as well. Sony plans to continue their acquisition spree, and PlayStation Plus's new service has had a positive response so far despite the hiccup with upgrades. There was a lot of sales data in there and kind of what their plans are going into the future. You know, more PC releases, making more money on the PC market, the mobile market, virtual, metaverse, all these different things. I'm not going to dive into all of that as it's just so much information. And to be honest, when it comes to us who follow the PlayStation ecosystem and we're so invested in the PlayStation ecosystem, what we like to talk about is games. We like to talk about hardware. We're not talking about all these other things revolving around sales and stuff like that. Although it matters, obviously. But I mean, in terms of as a fan, I'm more concerned about what's happening with the games, the hardware, and what we can look for in services as well. But that's all I have for you guys in today's video. I'd love to hear from you. What do you think of this God of War Ragnarok update? Do you think we're going to get God of War this year? Do you think it's going to be in September? And how do you feel about this new business briefing that came out yesterday? Let me know in the comments. And as always, if you have not subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. It helps the channel a ton. You can follow me on Twitter and Twitch. Links will be in the description. And share this video with a friend. I will talk to you all on the next one. Take care.